Well, hey there, and thanks for joining us. Now, yesterday we introduced you to the founder of International um, Fellowship for Jews and Christians. That would be Rabbi Eckstein, and now taken over by his daughter, Yael. But we have another video from years ago that I think you'll enjoy, and it'll talk about Rabbi's worldview. Remember, these are stories of not only great Christians, but great Jewish, Messianic Christians. A little different this finishing up the month. Thought you'd enjoy this. Take a listen. Tell us what you think and leave a comment. Hit subscribe. Here we go.
Hi friends, I'm often asked, what is my worldview? What do I think is going to happen in the future? Of course, I'm not a prophet, and there is no prophecy today in the Jewish view. It's only given to children and to fools. Well, I'm not going to prophesize, but reading from this book of the Bible, what I believe is happening is the coming of Messiah very soon. The Talmud, Jewish tradition, teaches that when the Messiah comes, the world will be topsy-turvy. We will say about day that it's night, and night that it's day, morality that it's immorality, and immorality that it's morality. This week, the delegation from the United Nations is coming to investigate the war crimes in Israel, not of Hamas, but Israel, that acted in the most ethical way that an army in modern times, or certainly in history, has acted. And yet they're coming to scrutinize Israel's actions, not Hamas. That's an example of how the world is topsy-turvy in terms of its morality. I believe we're seeing a new strategic relationship evolving, where Israel is going to join with Jordan and Saudi Arabia and other countries, including Arab countries, to form this coalition against radical Islamic terrorism that has already seized so much of the Middle East. The ISIS movement, Hamas, Hezbollah, terrorism, Iran, all of this is going to come together. I believe the rise of anti-Semitism that we're seeing sweeping Europe, not just Arab lands, but England and France and Germany and Belgium. I believe we're going to see that spreading in Latin America and even, God forbid, in America. And so Europe, as Donald Rumsfeld once said, the old Europe, which the United States came to save twice already in world wars, I believe Europe will eventually succumb to the pressure of Islamist, radical Islam, and we will see this coalition of NATO and the other countries really being a paper tiger, as we're seeing even now in the case of the Ukraine. These are harsh things for me to say. I'm usually very moderate politically. But I believe we're seeing a change that's going to require each of us and each nation to decide who we are with. The Bible teaches that during the time of Elijah, Elijah confronted the worshippers of Baal with that statement: take a side. No more jumping on both sides of the fence, to use his words. You need to take a stand. I believe that today the question being posed to each of us is the biblical question: will we choose life or will we choose death? Will we choose sin, or will we choose to believe that what is sinful, the radical Islam that we're seeing, the anti-Semitism that we're seeing, the attacks against Israel that we're seeing, that is described as something good? We will need to take a stand for our faith. And I believe we're living at a time when Christians and Jews need to come together as at no point before in history. We need to come together for both our sakes. We need to come together, America and Israel, to save the Western world and our Judeo-Christian values, which have become obfuscated and attacked in our own time. I always say Israel has been and is the canary in the mine. Israel is taking a bullet for Western civilization. And I hope and I pray that President Obama, that the United States, that the Western world will catch itself in time before Iran has a nuclear weapon, which we seem to be allowing this process to happen, which will change the dynamics of everything. My friends, please pray and take a stand and urge others to take a stand while we still can.
Well, I was Rabbi, and I was from 11 years ago in the summer of 2014, and Rabbi did leave us. He's no longer with us, but he's with the Lord. So, your thoughts, your comments, and thanks for joining us. Always a pleasure to have you. God bless. Have a good weekend. Don't forget, serve in church, be in church. Till next time.